Genetics and family history, e.g., parental anxiety, may put an individual at increased risk of an anxiety disorder, but generally external stimuli will trigger its onset or exacerbation. Estimates of genetic influence on anxiety, based on studies of twins, range from 25 to 40% depending on the specific type and age group under study. For example, genetic differences account for about 43% of variance in panic disorder and 28% in generalized anxiety disorder. Longitudinal twin studies have shown the moderate stability of anxiety from childhood through to adulthood is mainly influenced by stability and genetic influence. When investigating how anxiety is passed on from parents to children, it is important to account for sharing of genes as well as environments. For example, using the intergenerational children of twins design, many studies in the past used a candidate gene approach to test whether single genes were associated with anxiety. These investigations were based on hypotheses about how certain known genes influence neurotransmitters, such as serotonin and norepinephrine, and hormones, such as cortisol, that are implicated in anxiety. None of these findings are well replicated, with the possible exception of TMEM132D, COMT and MAOA. The epigenetic signature of BDNF, a gene that codes for a protein called brain-derived neurotrophic factor that is found in the brain, has also been associated with anxiety and specific patterns of neural activity. And a receptor gene for BDNF called NTRK2 was associated with anxiety in a large genome-wide investigation. The reason that most candidate gene findings have not replicated is that anxiety is a complex trait that is influenced by many genomic variants, each of which has a small effect on its own. Increasingly, studies of anxiety are using a hypothesis-free approach to look for parts of the genome that are implicated in anxiety using big enough samples to find associations with variants that have small effects. The largest explorations of the common genetic architecture of anxiety have been facilitated by the UK Biobank, the Angst Consortium and the CRC Fear, Anxiety and Anxiety Disorders